And since we're discussing self-righteous leaders, how could we forget the most righteous of them all, Kim Jong-un? Pun intended, of course. The supreme leader of North Korea, as he calls himself, is on a dangerous spree. He's testing nuclear missiles at warp speed. 6 such tests were conducted last week. 6 tests in just a month. Over the weekend came the 7th one. North Korea test-fired the WION-12 ballistic missile. It's one of the deadliest missiles in Pyongyang's arsenal. It's capable of striking much of South Asia and American territories like Guam. This test is being described as a quote-unquote wake-up call for the world. Our next report tells you why.
These images are from Sunday. They show North Korean leader Kim Jong-un inspecting a weapons factory in Pyongyang. Dressed in his trademark leather suit and coat, a visibly thinner-looking Kim appeared ecstatic. What is he so thrilled about? Yet another successful missile test. Only this one is the biggest since 2017. Look at these images now. This is the WION-12 ballistic missile. On Sunday, it was test-fired by North Korea. The missile flew for 800 kilometers, climbed an altitude of 2,000 kilometers, and then landed in waters off Japan's coast. Some unusual pictures purportedly taken from space show the missile looking back on Earth as it flies above the Korean peninsula and Japan. North Korea says this test was only meant to verify the accuracy of the missile, which was apparently deliberately angled to land away from neighboring countries. No one is buying these claims. From South Korea to Japan to the United States, they're all looking at this test as a wake-up call. The WION-12 is one of the deadliest missiles in North Korea's arsenal. At full power, it can travel thousands of kilometers, putting much of South Asia and American territories like Guam within striking distance. This was the 7th such missile test in less than 4 weeks. Throughout January 2022, North Korea has test-fired one missile after another, as the world remains caught up with Ukraine, Taiwan, and the pandemic. This unnerving spate of testing has sent alarm bells ringing globally. Reactions are pouring in from all over the world, even China.
We hope that all parties concerned will focus on the overall situation of peace and stability on the Korean Peninsula, to speak and act with caution, stick to the right direction of dialogue and consultation, and jointly promote the political resolution of the Korean Peninsula issue.
It is extremely important that member states take the necessary steps to implement the sanctions in their jurisdictions or risk providing a blank check for the DPRK regime to advance a weapons program.
Series of actions by North Korea, including the repeated launches of ballistic missiles, threaten the peace and security of our country, the region, and the entire international community.
These tests signal the return of brinkmanship. The Kim regime is fulfilling all the goals that were set at the 8th Party Congress last year. The first goal was to test a hypersonic warhead. It was achieved later this month. Another goal was testing a submarine-launched missile. It was achieved in October last year. Yet another goal was developing tactical nuclear weapons. One of the 7 tests conducted this month was of tactical missiles. All of the boxes are being ticked. But what is Kim Jong-un's endgame? For a while, it seemed that North Korea was doing this to seek America's attention, to make Joe Biden ease the sanctions and reinstate dialogue over nukes. But that may no longer be the case. Pyongyang seems squarely focused on meeting its nuclear milestones, irrespective of what Washington does or does not. This may further damage Biden's foreign policy credentials. Bureau Report, WION. World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.